Francis goes back to that office space to collect his money. The office space looked like it was never there. It was abandoned. No secretary, no oak wood desk, everything gone. They got that 100K from Francis and disappeared.
I did not believe in dating sites until I met this guy named David, who literally swept. I did not believe in dating sites until I met this guy named David, who literally swept me off of my feet. I'm not a dating
We just putting people pictures up?
I tried it for the first time, and I got lucky, you know? In my head, I'm sitting here like, this guy is just as funny as me. He has the same type of beliefs, same sense of humor, which is so hard to find. I have a weird sense of humor. Not only that, he was so generous. So generous. Like, his heart was so pure. The way he thought was just so innocent. And he happened to live in my area, couple minutes away. So I'm like, oh my God, like, this is meant to be. He moved from South Africa right into my city, you know? This can be a long story, so I'm trying to make it short. I want you guys to feel what I was feeling.
Ma'am, get to the point. What did you do? Because the guy you describing sound like Prince Charming.
The way we would talk, like, we were catching feelings. We talked about 2 months. We talked every night on the phone. We weren't able to FaceTime because his phone, I don't know, it just didn't work with FaceTime. He insisted, let's try Instagram, camera, see if it works or whatever. But it just wasn't working. So he was like, okay, I'm just getting a new phone. Eventually, like, his bank, I guess somebody tried to get into his bank. He was super stressed about it. Maybe a week goes by and the man's hungry, okay? Like, he needs groceries. He's the only child, just moved from South Africa. And he's like, Aaliyah, like, please, would you spare me anything for some groceries? It could be anything you possibly can. I mean, listen, I'm the only child. I would hate if I didn't have anybody around me to help me, so of course I'm gonna help. He was so generous that I knew it would come back. Not that it mattered. I literally didn't even think twice about that damn money. Like, once I give you...
Yo, the universe is crazy. Yesterday, my boy helped me, Yo, that is insane. Yesterday, my boy went to help me move some couches, right? I got a new couch. Hold on. I'm gonna show y'all. There you go. You wanna be on camera so bad? Look at you.
I want to introduce the YouTube family to my father.
Who?
My father. I want to introduce our YouTube family to my father.
Oh, I will. In due time.
In due time?
In due time.
Okay, I was going to ask you, did you try the whole thing?
Yeah, it was good. I drank the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I got some energy too.
Perfect.
Alright, baby, turn the light off. I just wanted to give y'all some support and evidence for the story that I'm about to tell y'all. Alright, so yesterday, my mans went with me to help me move the couch. The last time he came to my crib, he came for the fight. You know, he came for, I think it was the Canelo fight. And he had brought a young lady with him. So, you know, we making small talk. And I'm like, yo, you still talk to old girl or whatever? So he's like, nah, bro. Listen, I know him. And my boy always been a player. And he had a situation that was kind of unfavorable. I'm not going to lie. You know, he got married and his wife kind of did some goofy shit. The young lady he was talking to, I'm like, yo, you still talk to her? He's like, nah. So I'm like, bro, what happened? So the first thing he said was,
bro, you know, we was doing the grown folks and she tried to kiss me. And like, I already told her about that. Like, nah, like, like, you in here trying to be intimate. It ain't that.
Bro, I'm like, but you know, that's my boy. So I'm like, yo, shit, yeah, you got boundaries. You know, she broke them boundaries. But then he got to saying that, like, they've been talking for a few months And she just was, yo, can you spare me some money? My phone bill is off. Can you spare me some money? My lights is off. He was like, yo, I felt as though I'm taking care of her. Like, why am I taking care of you? And we not that. And you know I'm not looking for that. So why am I taking care of you? And listen, when it came to that, I understood it. And especially, she's a grown woman, dog. I just feel as though after a certain age, you supposed to be on your shit. Now, I can see if you fall on hard times, like what she's describing sound like somebody who just fell on hard times. Like they didn't have a, they really didn't have a choice in the matter. Shit happened. But it's crazy that she was saying that my man was asking for some bread, so he get some food. Yeah, I probably burn in hell. I don't, if we just talking and I don't know you like that, I don't know if I'm giving you money. I'm gonna feel as though you. And she say he from South Africa. Not listen. Nah, it's not South Africans. It's Nigerians.
Even if you said, let me borrow it, in my head it's gone. Like I do not keep my hopes up. I did that for him. I did that a few times for him, actually, because, groceries run out. And he didn't have anything. His bank was locked. Now,
that's crazy.
He goes to visit his mom in Virginia because she's not doing so well. She has cancer, and he wanted to go see her. He went there, and I remember getting a text message, and he's like, Aaliyah, I am so scared to lose her. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, what would I do if that happened to me, He gets distant for maybe a day, a couple hours, I can't remember. And then I randomly get a text message saying, I just feel for him 1,000%. He's the only child. He has no one, just moved here. Now he has a bank issue, and now his mom has passed away. But the only good news is he inherits a lot of money from her. He has, her bank card, some card that is connected to her, whether it was a joint bank, I don't know. I should start by saying I am a baby adult. I don't know anything about anything. Now, he's calling this his mom's card. And
hold on, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It sound like this is a put together scam story. Like, not on her part. It sound like she's the one getting scammed.
He's able to only buy certain things with this card. And it also has a monthly limit and a daily limit. He bought me Halloween costumes with that card, but he wasn't able to buy food with that card, which is really weird. I didn't understand it. Wasn't my business. And he planned to buy so many things. He's even tried to buy it, but the card would say the limit has been exceeded. Then he bought me flowers. The flowers came. It was beautiful sunflowers. I'll put them.
Hold on. I know I'm pausing a lot, but if you are of that life, I don't know what they call it now, but back in my day, we used to call it pieces. If you are about that pieces life, then you know what he was doing.
Here. It even came with a little card, from David. I actually got the card still. Look. I really like sunflowers, and he bought me sunflowers. And then eventually he's like, hey, we haven't FaceTimed yet. Like, do you mind if you make an AT&T account and I'll just purchase my phone from there, and I'll get you a phone too, and your son an iPad? I didn't ask much questions because I'm just like, okay, like your bank's not working. Let's do it. He told me he could purchase things directly from the bank, but not with the card. So, he did buy the phone. He put down like the first payment on my phone and his phone. And I shipped him his phone, kept my phone. Why was it coming to my house? I don't know.
Because the card was stolen, and when they track back to who ordered what, the feds is coming to you because they gonna think you stole the card. Oh my God. You must have took that short bus to school. Young lady, this is short bus behavior. This is crazy. You must have wore a helmet in school. Imagine you watching all my videos, laughing your ass off, but you still ain't subscribed. You got commitment issues, dog. It's free. It is free for you to subscribe. And hit the notification bell. That way, YouTube not gonna control when or how you see my videos. Come on, people. What's going on? What are you waiting for? I ain't begging. I'm asking nicely. Don't make me ask you again.
I didn't really ask any questions. Then he wanted to order more phones, and more phones, and more phones. And I was like, okay, that's fine. This is fine. And then my mom was like, why is he ordering more phones? And then she was like, why is the account under your name? I didn't really tell her much because she always gets involved. And I didn't want to deal with extra stress, you know? Nobody would trust him. The story sounds crazy. But I trust David. He has a pure heart. Long story short, my mom scared me to death, okay? She scared me so bad that I shipped my phone back. And I had UPS intercept his package from getting to him. I thought that I was being scammed. Eventually, David proved himself and paid full for the phone. And I'm like, oh, I guess, he's not scamming me. He even helped my mom pay her rent. So I was like, see, I'm going to follow my gut from now on. I'm not going to listen to the haters out there that's like thinking he's out to get me. Because I could tell he really likes me. Long story short, the flower lady told me that he ordered flowers with a stolen card. And police was going to show up at my door to question me about David. David eventually admitted that he accidentally fell in love with me, and that was not the plan. And he was a scammer.
This is by far the slowest I've ever heard anybody. I honestly don't have no words to describe how slow you are, young lady. And listen, I mean this with all types of respect. Where you from? Who you grew up around? There is no way you grew up in any type of urban environment. You are too green. You are way too green. I don't care who you are. You can't put nothing in my name. Let alone somebody that you met on a dating site. You met a nigga on a dating site and you allowed him to ship stuff to your address, put stuff in your name, and then you shipped it. Are you out of your mind? I ain't gonna lie, David had one. Then he hit you with the I fell in love with you, and that wasn't. If he fell in love with you, he would have stopped. Wow. I know folks is out here still scamming. Back when I was younger, I feel as though it was a lot easier to do that. You had the checks, then you had the situation where you got people's information and you put it on a card, or you get somebody's card, buy a gift card, and it was so many different ways. Then they had the iPhone joints. I'm gonna tell y'all a scamming story. Now, this story does not include me. Okay, I heard the story through the grapevine, and I'm passing it down to y'all. There was a guy. I have never met him. This guy was big in real estate. He was big in just developing business. He made money. One day, he went to the club and he met a Nigerian. If you know, you know. Them Nigerians be scamming. And my best friend is Nigerian. Hold on, look, I'll call him just so y'all don't be like, why are you talking about your best friend's people like that? Because them niggas be scamming.
Telephone number 9 can't take your call now.
What? He ain't picking up. Anyway, the guy goes to the club. We're going to call the guy Francis. Okay? Francis goes to the club. Francis meets a Nigerian. They spark up conversation. Nigerian, he throwing money. Now, mind you, Francis is getting money, but you can tell that this nigga's getting even more money. Now, if you live in Atlanta, Atlanta is one of those places where you got a network. So if you see somebody doing better than you, you don't hate, you network. That person can put you in a room that can change your life. That's the mindset you got to have when you're in Atlanta. Now, sometimes you got to be careful. And later on in the story, you're going to see why you got to be careful. They spark up a conversation. The dude's like, bro, if you bring me $10,000, I can double that for you. I can double that 10 grand for you right now. Francis was like, okay, I'll take you up on that. Francis bring this man 10 grand. This man has the paper that you print money on. Francis watches this man make duplicates of all the money. By the time he was done, Francis left with $20,000. Couldn't tell the difference. Doubled his 10 grand just like that. Francis was like, man, this is crazy. He's into blowing money anyway. So he took that joint, went to the strip club, went crazy. Him and dude spoke again. Dude took him to his office building. Now, law enforcement and anybody else, this is just a story that was passed down to me. I just want to reiterate that. Anyway, Francis and this guy kept in contact. Francis ended up going to this guy's office. Now, this guy's office is equipped with a secretary, 2 different office spaces. His office is decorated, leather couch, oak tree desk. You know what I'm saying? Just fully furnished, professional looking office. Now, Francis is curious. He's like, bro, so how much money could you Dude's like, bro, if you bring me like 50 to 60,000, I could double that for you. Now, mind you, it's going to take a little bit, but I can double that for you. What Francis said? Francis said, all right, hell yeah. Francis bring this man 50 grand. No, I'm lying. He bought him 100 grand. Because I think they ended up speaking later on, and the dude and Francis was like, yo, what if I just bring you 100 flat? Dude was like, all right. Brings that 100 grand to that man's office. Dude told him it was going to take a week because, that's a lot of money. And he want to make sure it's done right. Francis like, all right. A week passed. Francis goes back to that office space to collect his money. The office space looked like it was never there. It was abandoned. No secretary, no oak wood desk, everything gone. They got that 100K from Francis and disappeared. Just in time. My brother, I was telling a story about a Nigerian situation, and I wanted to, what's one thing you Nigerian, but what's one thing we all know about Nigerians?
Niggas stay with the bag.
Okay, they stay with the bag, but how do we get in the bag?
By 100 different ways.
Okay. You taking a nice approach, but
What, you want the scam part?
yeah, go ahead, say it louder.
Yeah, niggas be scamming. One way or another, we scheme.
Okay, one way or another, they scheming. All right. I was telling this story. I don't know if I told you the story about the dude, the real estate agent that was out here, and then he had met the Nigerian dude that was copying the money, and the Nigerian dude convinced him to bring 100K, and then
We're making
counterfeit bread, and then he bought the 100K to the Nigerian, and he disappeared.
Damn.
Look, he bought 10K first, and then the dude copied it, and then he was like, "Yo, you bring." At first, I think he told him to bring 50, and then dude was like, "Shoot, yeah, I could just bring 100. What if I bring 100 flat? Could you do that?" Dude was like, "Yeah," and then disappeared on him.
Got him.
Got his ass, bro. But yeah, I was just telling that story. Give me a little bit. Let me finish the video up, and I'm gonna call you back.
Wait, you ain't hear about the dude that sold the whole fake airport?
Hold on, you said sold a fake airport?
You ain't hear about the Nigerian dude that sold a fake airport?
Oh, that's next level scamming. He sold the airport?
Bro, go Google YouTube it, bro. And sold a whole fake airport that didn't exist.
He was Nigerian?
Yeah.
Yo, y'all niggas, y'all dangerous, bro.
It's a whole video about the dude that did it. He got but still, he accomplished it though.
He sold the air. So wait, somebody bought an airport without going to look at it first?
Yup. He said there was an airport that did not exist, and he sold it for like billions.
For billions?
Yep. Look it up.
I'm about to. What the fuck? Yeah, I'm about to, bro. I guess I might have to do a part 2 to this video. Bro, what?
Next level.
Alright, let me. Damn, bro, you just threw a whole monkey wrench in. Now I gotta figure out how I'm gonna incorporate that in the. That's crazy, son.
Bruh. I mean, you know, at this point, yeah.
Yeah, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You my mans. You know what I'm saying? But all them other Nigerian niggas you bring around me, bro, you know what I'm saying? You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful, bro. Then you ain't really. Have you been to the club like that since you been out here?
Nah.
See, like back in the day, bro, they used to be at the club, bro, and you already knew they had the official scammer outfit. You know what I'm saying? The official scammer. What was it? Was it Balenciagas? Nah, it wasn't Balenciagas. It was what was the joints that had the spikes on them?
What's the name of Balenciaga? Or
The red. What's the red? What's the red bottoms? Which one is the red bottoms?
yeah, Louis Vuitton. I mean, Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuittons. Those was the official Nigerian scammer wear with the bubble jacket. The joints that used to they got a little shine to them, little sheen to them, and the white tee with a Jesus piece or bro. Those were the official Nigerian scammer wear, bro. You just knew. Oh, these niggas are scamming at the club, blowing money.
Yeah. Look it up, bro. Watch that video, bro. Santo sold the whole airport.
A whole airport is insane. I ain't gonna lie.
That did not exist.
That did not exist. That is. I'm about to look it up now. Give me a little bit, bro. I'm finna edit this video. I guess I'm gonna have to do a part 2, and then this is crazy.
Alright, bro.
All right, my boy. I did not know about this. This man just told me one of his Nigerian, not his compadres, but one of his countrymen sold the whole airport to somebody for billions of dollars. An airport that did not exist. Wow. You know what? Make sure y'all. I'm gonna do a part 2 to this video, and I'm gonna react to the airport that did not exist because this is insane.